Hello everyone, how you doing? You're very welcome to this week's Roscommon County Athletics with myself, Aidan Raftery, and of course, as always, we have Siobhan Kilroe. Hello Siobhan, how are you? Are you well?
Aidan, hi, how are you? How's things?
Not too bad, no, not too bad. Yeah, so we had Holly on there during the summer, and all of her great achievements, and it's great to follow that up with local stuff. I'm sure she's doing well on her end. We might touch on that later on, but there's been plenty going on in the past couple of months, hasn't there? Including it's been a busy day in the indoors in 2023 with Reside. And I see there that Laura and Colin Fitzgerald in the under 15s and Emily Klein in the under 14s in the high jump. Yeah, so there's been plenty going on there.
Yeah, so the National Indoor Championship takes place this weekend, the 1st and the 2nd of April. This is day 2 and day 3. Last weekend was the relays. County Roscommon had no teams in it. So this weekend, yeah, there are 8 competitors from Roscommon. There is one from Loughrea AC, which is Andrew Nolan. Andrew will take part in the under 12 shot put. And then there's 2 athletes from Reside AC. Colin Fitzgerald, who was well used to the track, came 4th last year in both the 60 metres and the 60-metre hurdle. So we'll be hoping for maybe a little bit of silverware there for Colin. So Colin will take part in the 60-metre hurdles under 15. And then the other girl, Emily Klein, a lovely high jumper. So she'll take part in the under 14 high jump. And then we have 5 athletes from Suck Valley AC. Holly Kilroe. Holly is qualified for the 200 metres, 400 metres and 800 metres. But this weekend, Holly isn't running. She's just a slight injury, so she'll be stepping back from this competition, unfortunately. Then we have an Amy Rogers. Amy is running under 15 60 metre sprint. Then we have Murren Mulry. Murren will run the under 13 600 metres. And then we have 2 high jumpers. We have Dylan Hogan. He'll do the under 14 high jump. And then Roisin Brennan will do the under 15 high jump. So a nice few competitors there in the nationals from County Roscommon. You know, it's hard to get to the All Ireland. So it's great. It's great to see so many new athletes coming up.
That's it, and it's great to see the level of involvement from Roscommon clubs, and long may it continue. And it just goes. It seems that the future of athletics in Roscommon, and the quality of the athletes in Roscommon that are coming through at underage level, including Holly. And her achievement, it seems to be going really well, and it's great for the future of athletics in the county, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and very important. Athletics is getting stronger, very much so, and it's lovely to see. Going back years ago, it'd be very hard to make an All Ireland, and now you have 8 and 10 in the All Irelands, which is absolutely fantastic. This is the first start of the big season, so the season starts with the indoors, and then it'll take to the outdoors then later on around June time.
That's it, and I mean these are taking place in the TUS in Athlone, and
that's right, a great venue.
Yeah, it is a great venue. I've been there a couple of times with duties and things like that, and it's very impressive the quality of the facilities there. Over the last number of years, actually, I think athletics events have been held there, and it just goes to show you the kind of facilities that are available in Athlone and indeed around the country.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, it's now the venue for the national indoors, and will probably stay that way. It's probably the top indoor in Ireland at the moment, a massive facility. And to be quite honest, I think we're very blessed as a county to have it on our doorstep as part of our training, just to have it up the road. So yeah, it's a super venue.
That's it, and it's great. It's great to see that now. And then we're moving on to Suck Valley. Plenty of activity for Suck Valley. All roads lead to TUS Athlone for Suck Valley Athletics Club. Obviously, Holly Kilroe under 18s, 400 and 800 meters. Amy Rogers under 15, 60-meter sprint. Murray Mullery, under 13, 600, and Dylan Hoban, like we were saying there as well, the under 14 high jump, and Roisin Brennan under 15 high jump. So there's plenty going on there in Suck Valley as well, isn't there?
Yeah, and it's great to see, like, with two new clubs there over recent years, which is Suck Valley is one, and Reeside AC in Crockery, and both of them is thriving. For new clubs that's, only up and coming over the last 2 or 3 years, the results are really, really up there. As we can see, there's 5 from Suck Valley and 2 from Reeside in the Nationals, which is really massive for new clubs.
That's great, and it's great to see that. And of course, you know, the more that happens, and the more that these kids win as they're going up through the grades, it'll attract more people, and I'm sure there's more kids signing up. But I suppose another factor in that as well is athletics in the schools is great to see. Because a lot of schools have sports days and different things, and kind of that's where some of the kids get their first sample of sport, I suppose, in athletics, exposure to athletics, and it's great to see it, because I suppose in today's society, when you look at it, sometimes kids like the PlayStation or the Xbox or something. So it's great to see kids getting involved, getting out there and getting involved in athletics or any sport. It's brilliant to see it, isn't it? And obviously, you can see it now in the fruition from the different clubs. Kids get the underage kids getting to All Ireland level and things like that. It's great to see it, and I suppose it's a testament as well to the quality of the coaching that's going on around County Roscommon as well.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. There's some super coaches out there, dedicating their spare time to all these new clubs, and yeah, the proof is there. They're getting the qualifying for the nationals, and walking away with kind of medals, which is absolutely fantastic.
That's it. And finally, and then moving on to best of luck to Andrew from Raftery Athletics Club. He's doing very well as well. Could you tell us a little bit about Andrew?
So Andrew, again, they're all new, and again, a club that kind of had stalled a bit there for a couple of years, and with COVID and everything, they were kind of struggling to get back. But again, new coach has gone in, and it's lovely to see field events. I think it's very important, because most of it we always kind of geared towards the track, and it was always track events. So it's lovely to see these field events coming up and actually getting to that level and going for national at shot puts and high jumps and throws. Brilliant to see.
That's it.
Please God, we have more.
That's it. And I mean, it's not just all about, just running and sprinting and different. There's other things like discus and other kind of athletics events as well, which is great. So I think that's the great thing about athletics. There is something for everyone. If one thing doesn't suit a child, another thing might be more suitable for them, and that's the great thing. I suppose it's a bit like rugby as well. There's a position for every type of child. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, which is great. As you said, not everyone is a runner, but there's loads of other events there, and they're getting very strong, in these, the likes of the shot put and the high jump. And as you said, it's great to see. Wonderful.
And of course, there's another thing, like when we were growing up and things like that. We all remember what was going on in Mosney. That was a great, with the community games as well. And I suppose that's another taster, and where I suppose school kids in primary school and things and coming upwards. I suppose that's their goal to guide it. Well, what was Mosney, but to get to community games level, isn't it? It's great to see that as well, isn't it? Have you got any news on things like that?
Yeah, so it's great to see community games is a basis, I think, for all children, to be honest, and it's where Holly started. To me, it is the groundwork of, you either love athletics or you don't. Let it be the track or the field, and all these events, from the jumps to the throws, to the hurdles, all these take part in community games. So yeah, it's great to see. So we're back up and running again this year, and we're looking forward to it. So our county event will take place on Thursday, the 11th of May, and that will take place in the convent grounds in Roscommon. So that will be the area. So the area is called Roscommon Kilteven. So that'll be the start of it, and they will go forward to county, and that will take place. I think they're not fully sure. Is it going to take place actually in Thusetloan this year? They're waiting to come back and see. So the date for that isn't fully out yet. But our local one, as I said, is the Thursday, the May the 11th, and it starts at 5:30 in the convent grounds.
That's great. And another thing that we want to mention is dates for the diaries.
Date for the diaries. Well, that's a particular one. So again, the community games, the Roscommon Kilteven area will take place on Thursday, the 11th of May, and that's at 5:30. And going on to the senior, the Harriers, as we do call it, our adult running club, a great club, and big groups out on Tuesdays and Thursdays training. You'll see them around the town. So they run a 5K series, and that's run over the month. So that's starting the 7th of April is the first evening. It starts at Hannon's Hotel, and that's at 7:30. And so it's the 7th, it's the 14th, it's the 21st, and the 28th of April.
And this it's for someone, for people of all abilities, I suppose.
All abilities. You go out and you just do your 5K series. You know, it's a fun enjoyment. Yes, you'll probably have the good strong runners tracking for their times as well, which is great. You need a bit of both. But a great club and very well ran. And yeah, so that's something that's up and coming for anyone that wants to go. And then we have the county children's games. So this is where the smaller ones start off, the under 9s, 10s, and 11s to give them a taste. So that county event is on the 22nd of April in Coops, in Athlone again. And then the senior one of that, which is the under 12 to under 19, which is the next age group, that'll take place on the 6th of May.
That's great. So there's plenty going on, and for all ages and abilities, which is great. And as I said earlier on, you know, it's great. It's all inclusive, really, as well. And then I suppose another side to athletics as well. Aside from that, is also the Special Olympics. So there's swimming and there's running and that as well. And it's great to see that as well. That's been going for many years as well. What are your thoughts on the Special Olympics as well?
Oh, any exercise at any level for anybody, it's all good.
Yeah.
Both good for the mind and body, you know, and it's so positive. And the people you're surrounded by are all positive, which is, to me, all good.
And of course, you know, in all of those clubs around Roscommon as well, it's great to see the great coaches giving up their time, and indeed the students, you know, to benefit them. And of course, they could be the future Holly Kilroes or the future Rob Heffernans in the walking. You know, it's down to those coaches, and of course the hard work from the kids themselves or the athletes themselves.
Absolutely, it's combined. Yes, the good coaches and the dedication from the athlete. You know, and look, it's great to see, and for younger ones, it's great to see that they can achieve this. It is possible. You know, it's not just reading about it. It is happening. And as you can see, the town itself, between handball players and with boxers, and it's just running, it's just rugby players. They're all on national teams. They're all up there, which is absolutely fantastic.
That's it. And I mean, when you see, you know, I know it's going off athletics slightly, but, you know, the Roscommon, the Convent of Mercy there, doing well in sports as well. And you know, we've seen there, Aisling Hanley has been doing well. She's on the county team as well. And you know, with what happened to her, she didn't let that hold her back. And with the cochlear implants, you know, so it is for all a bit, you know, people with abilities, with all levels of ability. And it's great to see what's going on.
Absolutely, and so positive. Amazing girl, a great role model. Again, you know, for others that anything is possible. Put your time, effort, and hard work, and you can achieve anything you want.
And of course, Holly is a good point there as well. From, you know, she's a local girl, so she's showing local girls that, you know, people from Roscommon, if you put in the work, what you can achieve, which is great, isn't it?
It is, and it's wonderful to see, and we are very proud of her. But you know, and it's hard work. The dedication is there, and sometimes it doesn't go to plan at the moment. Now she's just having a little hiccup with, you know, hip problems, shin splints. She was out there for a couple of months, and I suppose coming back at it hard. This is what happens, but she'll get there. She'll get there. It's all a learning curve.
That's it. And
You have to take the good with the bad.
yeah, she has a long career ahead of her as well. And you and I have been speaking off air, I suppose. Over the last couple of months, you're trying to raise money and kind of upgrade facilities around Roscommon or in Roscommon town for athletes around the county and different things like that. Could you tell us a bit more about that?
Well, what we're trying to do is just trying to get, what we really need is a track in town. The size of county, I think it's important. A facility is needed. It really is a must. And it'll be beneficial to everybody. So at the moment, that's kind of our plan. Is we're trying to just get it up and running. Put the work in. It'll be beneficial to everybody down the line.
That's it. And I mean, like, even if there's some sort of fundraisers and maybe even kind of like grants out there. What's it like trying to get grants? It must be kind of hard nowadays getting grants for these kind of things. But there are, I suppose, Athletics Ireland are very good in that investing in the future of athletics in Roscommon, but also around the county. It's great to see it, but it's kind of how do you go about raising money or getting these grants? But also, I think a lot of them you have to raise your own funds as well, and that takes a lot of sorting out as well.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, yes, you will get grants from Athletics Ireland and Sports Partnership and all those other organisations, but it's small money. It's small money, I know it all adds up, but there'll have to be a lot of fundraising and a lot of work done. But please God, we'll get there. Please God.
And have you got any plans for any fundraisers coming up in the future?
Not at the moment now, but we'll keep you updated on them.
That's it. And I suppose just to finish off on this note, with regards to any kids out there that aren't involved in athletics at the moment, but would like to get into it, like haven't seen the likes of Holly and other kids doing well in community games and their clubs, how do they go about registering or getting involved in their local club?
Well, all the clubs they'll all have Facebook pages and they'll all have contact details. You have a club now, as I said, you have Suck Valley, which is out the Fjorty Castlecoot area. You have Roscommon AC, which is up and running very strong at the moment and great to see. It's flying at big numbers. And that's held in the town. Then you have Reeside out in the Crockery. Great club, big numbers again. And then you have Lockery AC down Lanesborough side. So there's a good catchment area, like for the county itself. That's a lot of clubs. And again, if they want to just give it a go, the old community game still is a good start.
That's it, and that's where it starts. So listen, thanks very much, Siobhan, for
taking
the time out
thanks
to do. No problem at all for doing Roscommon County Athletics, and we look forward to talking to you again next week.
Please God. Thanks, Aidan.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
That was Siobhan Kilroe, and we're just discussing all things athletics in Roscommon.